Hello, today we're going to discuss, is your business critical data safe in the cloud? The short answer is it's the only place it's safe. But let's back up a little bit. And instead of going into why it's safe on the cloud, let's discuss the alternative of hosting it yourself. So the alternative to hosting on a cloud, which is basically a third-party service that takes care of the hosting for you. That's what a cloud service is. It's servers that are managed by other people. So the alternative is basically managing the servers yourself. Now, the reason why this isn't a smart option is because in cloud managed services, experts are managing these services. So unless you're most up to date on the most up to date security issues and patches in cybersecurity, you're likely your servers are going to be missing critical patches and might not be the most secure. On top of that, if the building that your server is in burns down or gets hit by lightning, there goes all your data. With a cloud managed service like Google Cloud, it's going to be stored in multiple data centers at multiple locations. So that basically means that even if their South Carolina plant burns to the ground, despite all their elaborate fire suppression technology, it's still safe in the Oregon data center. Your data is still safe. And then if you are hosting it on your own server, if that server breaks for any reason, probably more likelihood of that than the place burning down. But if your server breaks over time, there goes all your data as well. So there's just a variety. If you get something gets broken into, your data could be jeopardized. People could get access. So and keep in mind that cybersecurity is not too different than physical security. Just like in the physical world, locks, and there are different measures of security. There is your door lock, and then there's a bank vault. And whether it's a door lock or a bank vault, people have figured out how to break into bank vaults. They've figured out how to pick door locks. And if someone dedicates them, anything that has been done by a human can be undone by a human. So I think it's important just to keep that that perspective and reality that nothing is completely nothing is completely secure. So I'm gonna end this video with a video from Google which talks about their security measures for their data center. It's about 5 minutes long.
You have the expression, they wrote the book on that. Well, there are many of our information security team members that have really written the books on best practices in information security.
And it's going to go through, I think it's better from them than me, which you're going to see all their experts talking about the different roles they play in guarding, data that's hosted on the cloud. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, there's only one place to host your data, and really that's the cloud. Even if you do have a self-hosted thing, chances are you're backing it up to some sort of system that's managed somewhere else, or anything that's connected to the internet has a chance of being hacked or something bad happening. If you're concerned about privacy, those are a little bit more, I would say, real with a cloud system. You are uploading all your data to a third-party system that could go through it, and Google is probably going through your data. On the other hand, there's so many other avenues for them to get your data. If you browse the internet, unless you just stop using modern technology, even if Facebook and Google both are, and this is kind of tangenting into a whole privacy thing, but and I have another video on that, so check out my video about privacy in the cloud. So, but on the other hand, it just keep in mind that if you're on the internet, your data's kind of out there, and it's just a reality of life, in 2019 and beyond. If you thought this content was valuable, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and thank you for watching this, and have a great day.
I think the Google data centers really can offer a level of security that almost no other company can match. We have an information security team that is truly second to none. Protecting the security and the privacy of our users' information is our foremost design criteria. We use various layers of higher level security the closer into the center of the campus you get. So just to enter this campus, my badge had to be on a pre-authorized access list. Then to come into the building, that was another level of security. To get into the secure corridor, which leads to the data center, that's a higher level of security. And the data center and the networking rooms are the highest level of security. And the technologies we use are different. Like for instance, in our highest level areas, we even use underfloor intrusion detection via laser beams. So I'm going to demonstrate going into the secure corridor now. One, I have to be on the authorized list with my badge. And then two, I use a biometric iris scanner to verify that it truly is me. Okay, here we are on the data center floor. The first thing that I notice is that it's a little warm in here. It's about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Google runs our data centers warmer than most because it helps with the efficiency. You'll notice that we have overhead power distribution. Coming from the outside yard, we bring in the high voltage power, distribute across the bus bars to all of the customized bus taps that are basically plugs where we plug in all the extension cords. All of our racks don't really look like a traditional server rack. These are custom designed and built for Google so that we can optimize the servers for hyper efficiency and high performance computing. It's true that sometimes drives fail and we have to replace them to upgrade them because maybe they're just no longer efficient to run. We have a very thorough end-to-end chain of custody process for managing those drives from the time that they're checked out to the server till they're brought to an ultra-secure cage where they're erased and crushed if necessary. So any drive that can't be verified as 100% clean, we crush it first, and then we take it to an industrial wood chipper where it's shredded into these little pieces like this. In the time that I've been at Google for almost 6.5 years now, we have changed our cooling technologies at least 5 times.
Most data centers have air conditioning units along the perimeter walls that force cold air under the floor that then raises up in front of the servers and cools the servers. In our solution, we take the server racks and we butt it right up against our air conditioning unit. We just use cool water flowing through those copper coils that you see there. So the hot air from the servers is contained in that hot aisle. It raises up, passes across those coils, where the heat from the air transfers to the water in those coils, and then that warm water is then brought outside the data center to our cooling plant, where it is cooled down through our cooling towers and returned back to the data center, and that process just repeats over and over again.
To me, the thing that amazes me about Google and the data centers is the pace of innovation and always challenging the way we're doing things. So when people say that innovation in a certain area is done, that we've kind of reached the pinnacle of what can be achieved, I just laugh.